Okay, we're good. So I have been in now for 6 years. And what is really funny is that what worked 6 years ago on social media is not what works today. And so I know me and Jess both have had this like transition period that we've kind of had to go through. So some of what we're going to talk about is new and stuff that we're just jumping into and what's working for us. Kara has been absolutely killing it. Like, I don't even know what her numbers are this month, but she has enrolled so much. So she's just going to be sharing kind of all of the things that she's doing, how she's working social media. The cool thing about what we do, you guys, is there's no secret to what we do. Everything we're going to talk about is on our daily tracker that we talk about all the time, or KPI, whatever you want to call it. But it's really the working it all together and doing all of the things every single day that really is going to take your business to the next level. So real quick, let me just jump in with just some general kind of how to get your page looking good, how to get people, once they're on your page, to actually click the follow button or the accept your friend request if you're on Facebook. So just some really quick tips before we jump in. Your profile picture. Make sure it's just a really clear, crisp, awesome picture of you, or maybe of you and your family. I do recommend it mainly being, especially on Instagram, I do recommend it being a really cute picture of just you and yourself, you, yourself, and I, but make sure it's crisp. People can see your face. And it really does make a difference on whether or not they're going to click the follow button. The other thing that I will say on Instagram, which I'm going to go over this in a minute because we're going to talk about our pillars and what your pillars are and how to write your bio, but make sure you have a bio that does not include the words "it works." Do not put "it works" in your bio anywhere, because what's going to happen is people are going to come across your page. Maybe you send them a friend request, or maybe they saw your reel and so they clicked on your page. If they see a direct sales company in your bio, they will not follow you. They will not accept your friend request, or just be like, oh, she just wants to sell me something. So I do recommend not putting "it works" in your bio. And then your bio is just really like, what do you want people to know about you in a snapshot? Like when they have 3 seconds to look at your page, what do you want people to see? So I'll just read you mine. And I personally, like, I thought it was cute to use like different fonts. So I got a cheap, I think it was actually like a 3-day free trial font app. There's websites you can use that are completely free, so you do not have to pay for an app to get different kind of fonts. But it just says my name. It says "Fueled by Jesus, Coffee and Hugs, Wife and Mom ×2, Fittish. I like to work out, but I love donuts. I pray I become less and he becomes more." And then it is my milkshake link, which I'm going to talk about that here in just a second as well. But I do recommend just kind of putting on there, what are the couple things that I really want people to know about me? Are you a mom? Are you a dog mom? Are you a cat mom? Do you work? Are you a registered nurse? Are you a teacher? What are the things that you want people to know about you? Does not say, hey, I want to sell you something, right? So on the website, if you don't have a milkshake link, or you don't have like an influencer application yet, I'm going to give tips about that. And I do recommend setting one up. It is the best lead generator that I have ever had in this business. So I will actually like put there's a YouTube video on how to create your influencer application that I will put in the post. I think Brittany just made a post about this Zoom starting. I will put the video in the comments there so you can watch that. She talks about what's called Linktree. Linktree is a little bit outdated. I highly recommend using Milkshake instead. It is an app. It's free, and it is the easiest thing ever. It will take you 20 to 30 minutes to set up your Milkshake website. But what's cool about that is, one, you can actually post it in your Instagram or on your Facebook or in your TikTok. But when they click on it, it just takes them to my website. And this is just my story. So this is just like my It Works story. And then down here is where they actually click to fill out the influencer application. Again, I will put this video in the comment section of that post, so don't feel like you have to have that figured out. But then every single time somebody fills out that influencer application, I get an email, and thing on the application, things that I'm asking about are, what are your name? What do you do? Tell me a little bit about yourself. Why are you interested in making some extra money from home? How much time can you devote to this? What's your Instagram handle? I literally, it is just the best tool. And I put it off for probably a good like year and a half because I was like, oh, I think it's too complicated. It literally took me 30 minutes to set up, you guys. You can go to mine, pull up my Google spreadsheet or my Google document that is the actual influencer application, and you can copy and paste the whole stinking thing. That part, it does say a little bit of my story, but the questions, you can copy the questions, or maybe you want to ask some different questions from your people. But I do really, really recommend getting it set up. And that is what I would put on the final line of your bio. It's also in my Facebook bio, and it's also on my TikTok bio. So every single time I'm doing you can do like a reel or a TikTok, an opportunity TikTok, all I have to do is say, click the link in my bio and fill out the application for more info. It is the coolest tool we've ever had, you guys. Don't put it off. Don't think it's too scary, because it's really, really not. It's so simple once you just jump in and do it. So I will link that. So again, you just want your profile to be kind of eye-catching. When they pull up your page, you don't want them to really be able to even tell that you sell something. So when you look at my page, it's a lot of reels, and it's just a lot of faces. It's a lot of pictures of me and my family, my kids, some crafts that I enjoy doing, but you don't see it works. It works. You do see some coffee cups. So if you click on it and then read the caption, you're going to know that I sell coffee or that I'm an It Works distributor. But just based on the pictures alone, you can't really tell that. So I do recommend, even pull up your Instagram and have somebody else look at it and say like, hey, what do you think about this? Give me some feedback. Can you tell I'm selling something? Give me some ideas. Now, the other thing that I want to tell you guys about is this social media marketer worksheet. And I've gotten the question a couple times about, in the past couple of weeks, what are pillars? In my team page, I always do like a daily task thing, and I'm like, post from your pillars 2 to 3 times a day. And I've gotten messages like, what the heck is a pillar? I have no idea what a pillar is. So really, pillars are just what you want to be known on social media for, what makes you you. And this worksheet, actually, Brittany and Claire did this at conference, and I think it is such a awesome worksheet. I just uploaded it in the files in Purpose Driven. It is also in your eSuite document library. I did not know that until I just texted her. I was like, hey, do you have this? And it is in our document library. So I'm just going to read through this really quick. And I actually just filled mine out as well. So I do recommend printing this off and just figuring out like, what the heck are my pillars? And I had to it took me a minute to come up with some things. And I just love what the questions that this asked, because it brought up like different things that I'm like, oh, I should add that because I love doing this, or I could talk about this. I could teach somebody something about this. So the first question is, what do I enjoy? What do you enjoy? So for me, it was working out, hanging with my family, shopping, TJ Maxx. What are the things that you enjoy? What can you talk about that you enjoy? What makes me smile? Good Lord, that's my kiddos, my dog, my husband, making gymnastics crafts. I love that. Being a baseball mom in the summer. What is a hobby that I enjoy? I love doing Ellie's hair. You guys, I am not a hair person. Absolutely. If you would have asked me I am not a hair person, but I have learned how to braid decently well. And I get more messages and comments about anything I post about hair than anything else. And I am not good at it. But what is something that you have learned how to do that you can now turn around and teach somebody else that's just starting out how to do it? That is a great way to grow your network. Who do I want to become? What do I feel confident talking about? And what do my followers and friends think of when they think of me? I think that is such a cool exercise to do, to go to some of your friends and family, or even just go on your Facebook page and say, what do you guys think about when you think of me? And really, that will help you establish what your pillars are and what you're going to be known for on social media. So then this is just like a little graph. And once you establish what your 5 pillars are, you can break it down further into even further. So like being a mom is one of my pillars, but I'm a boy mom, I'm a girl mom, I'm a gymnastics mom, I'm a dog mom, I'm a baseball mom. I have all of those different areas that I can talk about. With fitness, I love working out, but also some days I don't love working out. I love the food aspect of it because I hate boring food, but I like to eat healthy. The motivation piece of it. You can take each little thing that makes you, each pillar, and break it down further. And I know Brittany always kind of gives this example because sometimes you think like, well, I don't know what to post about, or I've already talked about this. I've already, discussed everything I can possibly think of. But when you take just 5 pillars and break them down, each into at least 3 kind of subcategories, that's 15 post ideas right there. And so you can, kind of rotate through them as you're talking. And with your pillars, you're going to sprinkle It Works into all of them. And sometimes you're going to talk about things and leave It Works completely out of it. But sometimes you're going to just kind of sprinkle It Works in, and Jess is going to give some ideas and tips on how to do that. But I do recommend, I wanted you guys to see this worksheet. And I recommend getting it printed off. If you can't print it off, just pull it up and write in a notebook, but get it down on paper. Like, who the heck am I and what do I want to be known for on social media? And in your pillars is where you're actually going to kind of grow your brand and grow your network. People connect with who you are, what value you bring, what you teach them. And then they're just going to kind of be around and they're going to see your It Work stuff because they connected to the who you are piece. So Jess, let's come to you because you're incredible and you are always showing up on social and you do such a good job. And like I said, we've had to kind of pivot and transition. So you've been through it all and you've really kind of made the transition. So just first off, I want you to share your story because I know we have a lot of new people on here. So I just want them to get to know Jess and who she is.
Okay, coming at you. All right. Hi, guys. I'm Jessica Harsha. And let's see. So 5 years ago, guys, I was a nurse with Trista. And I love talking about social media because even though Trista and I were nurses and we worked together every single day, it was actually a social media post that made me be like, okay, geez, I can't take it anymore. So 5 years ago, we, like I said, started doing this and I was unbelievably skeptical, you guys. I honestly was like, oh my God, what is she doing? Like, oh dear, here we go. Like what'd she get herself involved in? And lo and behold, I'm watching for a couple months and you guys, she was making friends and she was having fun and she was loving the products. She was making money. And I was like, okay, like, to be honest, I was jealous. That's what it was. Let's be honest. I was like, okay, all right. Like, so finally one day after work, she made a post about a $500 Ruby bonus. And I sent her a message and I said, okay, so let's just say that I was maybe thinking about this, like how hard would it be to get this $500 bonus? Because here's the thing, guys. And this just goes to show, like, you can't prejudge people, even though like people have great jobs or they seemingly have it all together. Maybe they even travel and they do all of these things. You never know what's going on behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, here I am, a registered nurse. My husband's a principal. We did everything right. We had a great life, we did have always had a great life. But behind the scenes, you guys, we were drowning in debt, and nobody, not even our parents, knew that. So she's talking about this $500, and I was like, in my head, you guys, I wasn't even putting 2 and 2 together where that $500 bonus would equate to like also an extra $500 a month at Ruby. That didn't even compute with me. Like what I was attracted to was a singular $500. That's how in debt we were. And I was thinking, oh my God, like $500, like I could send that to, pay off or send towards a credit card this month, or, help towards my car payment. And oh my gosh, Andy would be so excited because we were having arguments every single Thursday night about the bills. I was thinking about going back to school to be a nurse practitioner to, make more money. Andy was already working as much as he could. But the thing was, I kept telling him, you're gonna have to figure this out because I don't want to work anymore. I'm already missing my kids. Like I want to be home with my kids, but we financially could not do it. So I got very starry-eyed at the thought of like this extra money. And Trista was like, okay, you're gonna be amazing. You're gonna get that $500. I know that you are. We're gonna do it together. And I was like, okay. Andy was not on board, you guys, at first. So for those of you who do not have on board spouses right now, trust me, they will get there. And Andy is like my #1 fan at this point. But he was like, Jess, we have so much debt. You do not have the extra money to do this. How are you going to find the time? I was one of those people, you guys, that was working full time, had kids in 2 different schools that were 20 minutes apart. I was involved in everything imaginable as far as with Andy's school and the kids' school, plus trying to work and just, be it all and do it all for everybody, right? You all get me on that, I'm sure. So it was that like, okay, like I'm going to have to find 5 minutes here and 10 minutes there. And I'm just going to have to figure this out until this works. So there really wasn't an option of whether it was going to work or not. It was, what did I have to do to make it work, right? And I think that that's a mind switch that so many people have to make, is not the if it's going to work, it's what do I have to do to make it work, right? So I matched my nursing salary, you guys, in less than 4 months' time. In less than 12 months' time, paid off $55,000 in credit card debt. Those of you running for bonuses right now, we've gotten $280,000 between Andy and I together. And I retired from nursing in around a year's time. And I've been home ever since, you guys. Like, I've been in for over 5 years now. It's hard to believe that. But when I say that this business has changed my life in every single aspect of my life, this business has made it better. Not only financially, which I could talk about for days and days and days, because money doesn't everything. Man, it gives you options, and it solves a whole lot of arguments, right? But it's also allowed us to do things like, start a food pantry, and built a barn for my dad, and able to take my family on vacations and things that we never could do before, ever, ever, ever. And now it's given us that freedom. And that's what I love about this business, is giving people an opportunity to kind of turn this into whatever they need it to be. And that's what you're able to do. And it was that one social media post, you guys, from Trista that night that hooked me. So if you are one of those people, and I said this to Trista, I don't know if I'm going to be one of those people on Facebook. And she said to me something that Brittany said to her: if you would not have seen that post, would you be joining me right now? The answer was no. I would still be struggling, you guys. We'd still be fighting. We'd still be in a mountain of debt, and our situation never would have changed, right? So keep plugging away. Utilize social media, because, you guys, it is the best tool you have in your toolkit, okay? So that's my story. What do we talk about?
I love it. And something that I just want to throw out there really quick, because I know I said it to Brittany and Jess said it to me, that I didn't want to be one of those annoying people on Facebook, because I had gone through the stage of where I was really annoyed with Brittany's post. Like, I was so stinking annoyed. Really, I was just jealous, but I said I was annoyed. But it was the consistency of her posting that got me to pay attention. So had I just made one random post about a $500 bonus, Jessica would never have, it wouldn't have crossed her mind. But because I had showed up every single day talking about this company and how excited I was and how all in I was and how life-changing it was and how much fun I was having, that's what got her attention to make the flip. It wasn't just one random post that I happened to throw out there. It was the consistency of all of them adding up. So Jess, jumping in, I mean, neither one of us had used social media really at all. I never posted. I had no friends. I had no Instagram. So talk to us, what would you say to the newer person getting started?
Okay. And let me backtrack a little bit for a second, because what I want you to know as well is that I think sometimes we have this expectation or this thought that, well, no one's going to really be interested because I haven't seen success yet. I haven't really made money yet, so no one's going to really jump on board, okay? Here's the thing. Trista was a couple months into this business. I think she had gotten a Ruby bonus. I think she had gotten a Ruby bonus for her and Eli, but that was it. She was not at some crazy, amazing level where she was making all of this money. It was just the realization that she was so stinking excited, okay? And that is the #1 thing that is so key when you're sharing on social media, is people don't care about what you have accomplished yet. They don't care if you're raking in the money right now. They don't care about about what you know or don't know. What they want to be a part of is somebody that is excited and is passionate about something. Her excitement was contagious, and I just knew that it was like a moth to a flame. I wanted to be a part of that. And just the opportunity to make some extra money, but also to be a part of the excitement that I was watching unfold with her. I was seeing her going to meetings and you know, with new friends and all of that. And that was I'm a very blue personality, and I was very attracted to that. Like, oh my gosh, friends, there's a party. Oh my God, you can travel. Like, I am all about it, and I can make some money too. Like, what is this thing, right? So just being excited, you guys, is 3/4 of what you're doing. Okay. So she had not seen very much success yet at this point, and I was all in. Okay. So that's what I want you to understand is if you're just jumping in, or you have not hit the thing yet, it's okay. It's okay. You still are going to be very attractive to that. Okay. So as far as consistency goes, she's exactly right. You guys, 5 years into this business, I can tell you that the number one thing I have learned is that you cannot be one toe in and one toe out. You just cannot. Okay. We all have bad periods in our life. We all have bad days. But if you are taking breaks from your business, or showing that you're taking breaks from your business, people are not going to be as invested in you as you want them to be invested in you. Right? If let's say you have a couple of friends, guys, that in the world that we're living in now, you know, most people are looking for an extra stream of income, right? And if you have several friends on your social media that maybe are involved in a company, they're selling something, right? You are going to more than likely go to the person that is showing up consistently. Like, you're seeing them daily, and you're watching their journey unfold in front of you. That's the person you're going to want to join, right? Not the person that shows up when there's a sale, not the person that shows up once a week. Correct? You're going to go with the person that is all in. Okay. So if you want to be the person that people come and knock on the door, like, I just lost my job, or I'm ready to lose 25 pounds, you want to be the person that they come to. And the way that you do that is showing up consistently. Okay. I think the number one tip I can tell you guys is to be your genuine and authentic self. All right. I understand coming into social media, if you don't use it often, like Tristan and I were like, I was a Facebook stalker. I didn't really ever post. And when I did, it was stupid and horrible. I was just there to stalk people. I wanted to see what other people were doing, right? So when I got started in this, I was like, I don't even know what to do, right? But the most important thing that you can do is just stay you, right? Like, if you are coming in here and you are just trying to post like somebody else, you're trying to look like somebody else, you're trying to act and talk and say the words of somebody else, it is it comes across very fake, right? The more personal and authentic you can be to you, the more people will be all about it. Okay. They will cheer you on. They will want to be a part of what you are a part of. Don't try to be perfect. None of us are. Okay. If you watch me for any amount of time on Facebook and now TikTok, for the love of God, you're going to see that my number one thing is humor. Like, I make fun of myself. That is my thing, right? Like, I'm goofy and I'm silly and I like to have fun. And that's what I play on more than anything in my posts. That's just me. But I know that's me. That's the authentic me that people know they're going to get, right? If I start trying to make all of my pictures and all of my posts look like Brittany Landrum or Trista Marshall, it comes across as very ingenuine. Okay. So stay true to you. Just remember, you guys, like Trisha said, your Facebook is your Facebook page, your Instagram page, whatever you're using, is your storefront, right? Keep it clean, keep it uncluttered. Don't be hitting that share button 94 times a day with recipes, right? I always tell people, if you have to scroll down for 5 minutes to see what somebody's doing, they gone. Like, they're not going to be around anymore, right? Keep your page just cleaned up. This is now your storefront, okay? And just be likable, be positive, be somebody that people truly enjoy watching and listening to, that they maybe are intrigued by what you've gotten yourself into, right? They're going to follow along with your journey. But if you can I can tell you guys, we are in the middle of a world that has so much negativity in it. If you can be the person on their news feed that makes them smile, to have a better day, that makes them laugh a little bit, that is the person that they're going to want to watch, right? That's going to make a difference in their everyday, and that's who you have to be. Keep the negativity away. Nobody needs that, right? Um, we all, you guys, love to hit the copy and paste button, right? Like, that's easy to do, but I just encourage you to also allow the real time genuine you to come out as well. Okay, we have all those posts and amazing things for you to utilize, but there's nothing better than a heartfelt, in the moment, genuine post from you, right? So make sure you leave room for that as well. I would say, you guys, absolutely, find a product to fall in love with. When Tristan and I got started in this, you guys, the only thing we had tried were the greens, and we talked about it every single day. If you go back in our newsfeed, you're going to see us in our scrubs on the way to work or in the pediatric office drinking greens literally every day. Every day. And it was repetitive and it was horrible, but you know what? We sold the bejesus out of those greens, right? Because people knew how much we loved them and they wanted them too, okay? So repetitiveness is okay, but absolutely find something that you have to have in your life, all right? You're gonna see probably most of us talk about coffee every day in our stories, in our posts, but guess what we're selling like crazy? It's the coffee, right? For those of you who are utilizing Host-a-Post, maybe you're putting up a coffee Host-a-Post, make sure you're talking about coffee on your own page as well. So that when people are like, what's this stuff all about? Who's that girl? Oh, guess what they're going to see when they come to my page? More of that coffee, right? So make sure that you're kind of keeping that again, that consistency. And you guys, I'll be honest with you. We talk about the best way to sell a product is to become like its biggest fan, right? Get your own before and after pictures, get your own testimony. And although, yes, I was ready for a new hairstyle because I feel like I've had the same one forever, to be honest with you, one of the main reasons that I'm growing this horrid thing out right now, I look like the love child of Donald Trump and Tinkerbell at this point. Was because Hair, Skin, and Nails was one of the only products that I don't have a before and after of. Like, truly, I'm going through this so I can get it before and after Hair, Skin, and Nails, for goodness sakes. But you know what I know is when I have those before and after pictures, guess what I'm going to sell like crazy? Hair, Skin, and Nails, right? So fall in love with a product that you can use and share. People are going to buy you. When they know something that you personally love and are passionate about, they're going to get behind it, okay? Share your story often, you guys. I think this is something that's so important early on, is talk about where you've been, talk about your struggles, talk about where you're going, right? Something that I did very early on in my business was talked about how I wanted to take my family to Disney World. That was a big goal of mine. And I talked about it and I shared pictures of Disney, and I knew that this opportunity was going to be the thing that was going to let me take my kids to Disney. So then when it did, everybody knew the hype. They knew how important it was to me. And oh my gosh, that crazy side she got involved in got her this Disney trip, right? So they already knew the backstory of what this was going to mean to me. But I hadn't accomplished that. I had not achieved that, but it was something that I could share, a personal story, a personal goal of mine, for people to follow along with. But what that also does is reel in the people that are like, oh my God, me too. I want to take my kids to Disney too. Tell me how to do that, right? Sharing every milestone. When you sign a loyal customer, talk about it. When you sign a distributor, talk about it. If you buy diapers or put gas in your car today and it works, paid for it, talk about it. It is those everyday little, they may seem little to you, but to a lot of people, you guys, they just need money for diapers. You guys, before I got started in this, I had to put groceries on a credit card almost every month because we didn't have anything extra. That is what people relate to, right? I can talk about the bonuses, but that's not relatable to most people. They want to know how they can put gas in their car. They want to know how they can put diapers on their kids. Okay, so when you check off those little milestones, even if it's buying pizza for your family one night, make sure you talk about that. Okay, talk about, any hesitations that you had. Did you think, and I often in my posts will say, I thought Trista was crazy. I watched this girl and I was so skeptical. I thought she'd gotten involved in something horrible. Like share those, those fears or those thoughts that you had, because they will be like, oh, me too. Oh, me too. So make sure that those personal things that you can add into your post, you guys, people are they're going to latch onto that, because you are going to become more personal, more real, and now they trust you. Okay. And then we talk about sprinkling it works in. Okay. What does that mean? Like Trista said, you don't want to be a walking billboard, right? You don't want to scroll through your social media page and it just be like, it works, it works, it works, it works, it works. So how do you do that? Oftentimes, like Trista said, it'll be, a morning picture holding a coffee mug. And you're talking about the Skinny Brew and how amazing it makes you feel. But the picture here is you with a coffee mug, right? It could be me walking my dogs on a Monday morning. And you're looking at this picture and you just see me walking my dogs. But what I'm talking about is the fact that I have this time on a Monday morning that I never had before. And how I love being outside. I love spending extra time with my dogs, whatever that looks like. Maybe it's a post of Disney World and you're talking about how you can't wait to take your kids on this vacation, and you know that this opportunity is going to be what gets you there. So sprinkling it works throughout your regular post, you guys, just talking about those 5 pillars, what you would talk about anyway, right? Maybe it's a meal that you love to make. Maybe it's talking about your kids. Maybe it's talking about travel or your dogs or whatever that looks like. But also bringing in this business to that, or these products into those same posts, guys. It's sprinkling in the business, it's sprinkling in the products to your already existing life. That way you don't feel like you are transforming into another human being, right? I think what most people struggle with when they are working social media is that they try to divide. They try to have it works and they try to have your life, right? But when you can combine the two of those things together, you guys, it makes it easier on you, but it's going to make this process more seamless. It's going to make your journey more fun to follow. And it's just going to make it's going to make it so much fun, but so much easier for you. I promise you that. Okay. I'm rambling, Trista.
No, it's so good. So good. So let's talk real quick about kind of transition. Okay, for me personally, so I had this time where after I went ambassador, I was super comfortable. Like posting no longer felt uncomfortable. Story didn't feel uncomfortable. Host to post didn't feel uncomfortable. And we talk a lot about growth happens outside of your comfort zone, right? So that I know for me and for Jess is going to talk about TikTok and Reels was that. What's that thing that we have to do that feels really uncomfortable and we don't want to do it? But we preach it all the time. The growth happens outside of your comfort zone. So Jess, talk to me about what's been going on. You've jumped in. It's great. It's perfect. It's wonderful. You were born to do TikTok and Reels. I love it. How do you find your stuff? Give us all of that for people just starting out.
Okay. So here's the deal, you guys. I am 40 years old. And for the last year, I have been telling everybody I am too old to be on TikTok. This is ridiculous. I won't be caught dead on that. I don't care. It's not happening, right? And as Trista said, you have to change and you have to evolve. Okay, the things that worked 5 years ago are going to change, right? They're going to evolve. Social media is evolving. You have to evolve or you're going to feel stuck. And that's exactly how I was feeling at the end of last year. I was feeling stuck. I'm doing everything I've always done before. What the heck? And now we have TikTok and now we have these Instagram Reels. And I was like, oh my gosh, guys, I am old and I feel stupid and I'm not going to shake my booty on there. I'm not going to do it, right? It was ridiculous. And every single one of Trista and Brittany and Ashley and Christy, everyone was like, Jessica, you need to do this. I was like, oh my God, I can't do it. Okay, so conference comes and I'm listening to every single dang panel and what are they saying? TikTok, 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 TikTok. I'm like, as I'm sitting there watching, I'm downloading the app. I'm like, well, all right, here we go. Here goes nothing. So I am no expert. I literally have been doing this for a week and a half, guys. But what I can tell you is that it is not all that bad. All of the horribleness that I had in my head, you guys, it's seriously so fun. It's so much fun. I am a goofball, and like I love to laugh, I love humor, I love comedy, so it kind of is just kind of fitting in, and I'm having a ball with it. Right now, I'm really just trying to like grow my followers and just be really silly with it. Okay, so what I have been doing is I have been searching on TikTok under the sounds and under the hashtags for like my favorite movies, especially. Like I did a Mrs. Doubtfire one today. I have some saved for like Steel Magnolias, one of my favorite movies. Just some like one-liners that are just silly and fun. But again, it's just getting used to doing it, just getting some content out and like getting some followers. Okay. And like I said, I've been doing this for like a week and a half. And one of my really stupid ones that I really wish that I would have like put some makeup on has like 60,000 views on it. And I'm like, and it's like, it's a little bit addicting because you kind of get that high, like, oh my God, people are watching this. This is kind of fun. But it's just, it is what you make of it, right? Like for me, it's like, I'm just having fun. It's silly. And yes, like Trista just said, set a timer for scrolling because you can absolutely spend way too much time looking for content. But think of like, that's what I have to do is think of a couple of movies, think of a couple songs or artists that you like, and go and like save some sounds to use. Right. So that's what I've been doing, you guys, is I'm honestly just trying to like grow some followers and then go from there. But if I can do it, you can absolutely do it.
Yeah, you guys. So it's so okay. So TikTok is something where I'm reading the comments like, I'm so nervous to start. I'm so nervous to start. TikTok is the coolest app and the least pressure packed of any of them. It literally is just go, have fun, be you, show up, and you will find your people. And the thing about TikTok is it is the coolest way to grow your network faster than anything else. So I was thinking about this today, and sometimes it's easy to get like caught up in the like mindset of, well, I'm doing TikToks and I'm only gaining 10 followers a day. When's the last time you made a post on Facebook and gained 10 followers? Guarantee you've never done that. So just know that it is, even if it's not going as fast as like you feel like it should go or you want it to go, with consistency over time, you will do one and it's going to blow up and it's going to take off. And because you've been consistent, people are then going to click on your page. They're going to see the content you put out and they're going to be like, oh, she's my person. She's one of my people. I need to connect with her. I need to follow her. And again, I think sometimes we get in this mindset of like, well, I want to blow my business up overnight, right? So we go on and we put a bunch of like, join my team, join my team, join my team. I make money, join my team. And people don't connect with that. They connect with the other things. And then once you have that network and you have that following, then when you say, hey, this is my story, it holds weight and people like you bring value to people at that point. So it's finding who you want to be known as, like, what do you want to be known for on TikTok? Putting that content out there. And then personally, I do like 1 or 2 business TikToks every single week, but I'm on there at least 1 to 2 a day. Otherwise on just like random marriage things or I do a lot of mom stuff. Sometimes me and my husband do lip sync, kind of just goofy stuff, but that's what people follow us for. And then when I'm actually doing a like, hey, this is my story one, point and look cute, those actually connect with people because they know who I am. They have already connected with me as a person. What is it's the Marshall Fam. What's my TikTok? It is the Marshall Fam 67. And again, like you just don't know what's going to take off. You just don't know. So keep putting out content and don't get discouraged when you're only gaining 10 followers a day. The same thing goes on Reels. The number one tool that I've been on Instagram. I started my Instagram the day I joined this business, essentially. I got to like 2,000 followers in 4.5 years. And I have doubled my following, which is not like, y'all, it's not a lot, but it's double from what it was. It's almost at 5,000. And I have not sat down at all with like I'm going to go follow, I'm going to go like, I haven't done that whatsoever. It is 100% come from Reels. So do not get discouraged thinking that your 100 followers that you gained is not good enough, because you guys, 100 over time is a lot. If you get 10 a day, that's 300 new followers a month. That's a ton. That's 3,600 followers in a year. You're not going to be able to do that on any other platform. So stick with it. Stick with it.
That's what I think I'm most excited about. And you guys, I have for 5 years worked almost exclusively on Facebook. And like, I've hardly ever done anything on Instagram, and I'm ashamed to say that, but it's time that I do. And that's what I'm most excited about with the TikTok is that, because I need, I have to start utilizing Instagram. I know that I need to dig into that more, because oh my gosh, like, think of the thousands of people I'm missing, right? So that's what I'm most excited about. But she's exactly right. I've been doing TikTok for a week and a half, and I think I only have I don't know, not even 700 followers. Like, that's not very many. But I can't do that on Facebook. You can't. I've never gotten 700 followers in a week and a half on Facebook ever in my whole life, right? So again, it's just another tool in your toolbox.
Absolutely. And I know, like, the cool thing about it is so people get in, they're on your Instagram because they liked your reels or whatever, but then they're seeing your story. And what are you talking about in your story? You're talking about the business and you're talking about the products. So that's where the majority of the sales or the connections are coming from, outside of like my business reels, is then they're seeing my story, and especially for product, because I haven't done any product TikToks. But I've signed customers just because they've gotten into my network from a reel, and then they're seeing me in my story making my coffee every single day. Okay. Yes. Another tip is to put your Instagram handle on your TikTok so people can easily find you on the other platform. Also, a good way to get people transitioned over is for like our host to post giveaways. You can go on there and absolutely do hey, my team is giving away $200. Follow me on Instagram and message me Valentine's cash or cash giveaway or whatever you want to have them message you. But that gets them over to the other platform. So they're seeing you both places then. Okay, let me make sure I haven't missed any. Okay, Kara, let's come to you, and I'll scroll the comments while you're talking, and just make sure that we get everybody's questions. If you guys have questions, put them in the chat. We will answer them before we get off. Okay, Kara, you have had, like, I really would say it's been almost a year, like, transition, where I just watched, like, you made a decision and you made a change. Your social media went to a whole new network, like, level. You were just like, I'm doing the dang thing. I'm showing up different. So, but this month you've been killing it, absolutely flipping killing it. So talk to me about what you're doing right now, what's working, and then we'll have you drop some social media tips too. But what are you doing for your enrollments this month?
So, like, honestly, it's just like through host to post. I just do my host to post every single day, but like, instead of making like a daily, like, get 10 host to post up a day, a while back, I just kind of took the pressure off of that. And so instead of like trying to get 10 up a day, I just try to get 60 to 80 up a week. So say like one day I might get like 20 host to post up. Then the next day, maybe I don't get any, but I'm still working off of those 20 host to post. If for anybody that's new on here, a host to post is just where somebody is going to make a post for you, and it's going to be about the product, the business, or a giveaway post, which is also going to help you like tap into networks and grow your network. But really, it's just coming from host to post and from being consistent and following up. I follow up all the time. I know a lot of people are like, I don't want to follow. I have a lot of like people on my team. They're like, I feel like I'm buying people I do not want to follow up. And all I can say is like, if they have reached out to you from a host to post about the product and they're already interested. And so until they are like, absolutely not, stop messaging me, or they block me, I just keep following up, because eventually they are going to order. So it's all in the follow up, and it's all through host to post.
So what host to post are you having them post right now that's having good success?
So right now I am doing the coffee host to post, but then I'm also doing I just actually started doing one this week and it's been blowing up. It's like if you lose 10 pounds, if you could lose 10 pounds, like how many months would it take you or whatever? So I'm using, and it is like, I had one of them had like 50 comments on it. I mean, it's like blowing up. That and doing the giveaway, having people do the giveaway host to post, because then you're adding all of those people to your network. And then you can have those post about the coffee or doing the lose the 10 pounds. I've been doing lose the 10 pounds because I have a super huge goal for this month, and I need all of the pick 3 orders that I can get. And with that 10 pounds, that's going to be that triple threat. And so that's really what I'm working for right now. But it's working and I'm loving it. And I am like getting all of the customers.
For sure. So Kara, when we get off here, can you put in the comments of Brittany's post, the post you're using and the scripts you're using? Yep.
And purpose driven. Yeah.
Perfect. So Shani will put all of that in the post under Brittany's post. So the question was asked, can you share your follow-up tactic? How do you keep track of people? When are you following up? What are you saying?
So when I first initially have a conversation with someone, if they're not, signing up that day, because as we all know, a lot of people aren't just going to say yes right on the spot. They're going to say, let me think about it, get back with me on Friday, whatever. So if they're like, well, when I get paid, I'm asking, when do you get paid? If they're going to say that they're not going to order until they get paid, then I want to know when they get paid. They're going to tell me. And then I ask if it's okay if I follow up on that day. Like, you get paid next Friday, so is it okay if I follow up on, the 15th? And they're either going to say yes or no, So a lot of times they're like, yeah, that's fine. So then I'm going to go to, I have a daily planner, and I'm going to write their name down on the 15th of the month. That way I know that I have to follow up with them on that day. But I always try to get them in that 48-hour time span of when I've talked to them. So if I've talked to them and say they read my message, but they didn't respond within that 48 hours, I'm going to be reaching back out to them, because a lot of times people get distracted. And even though this is such a priority for us, we're like, no, we need to help you and we need this order, whatever. They might have got distracted and totally forgot, that you had even messaged them, and maybe they still do want to order, but it's our job to follow up, and it's our job to remind them. And so that's what I do within those 48 hours, just following up with them.
Perfect. And put your follow-up message in there as well. So real quick, the last thing we'll kind of talk about is kind of the tasks that we do and the posting that we do and the stories that we're talking about. Real quick, before I forget to say this, I do want to make sure that you guys know of a couple of resources that you have. So on Instagram, make sure that everybody is following golddigger_influence. She posts, it's another, I think she's a presidential diamond, but she is not even on our team. So it's a blessing that she lets us follow that page, and it's just so huge for everybody. But you can go to that page, and for example, let me pull it up so you guys can see this. Every single day she posts product story slides, opportunity story slides. So many good things are in here. But when you go to the page and you see something that you want to post, you can use a repost app, or what I do is when I see something I want to post, hold down on the screen. That gets rid of the name up top and anything down below. Screenshot it. But then you guys make sure you crop it so that it gets rid of the black above and below, so that it just looks nice and crisp in your story. So most of the time what I do is after I go make my coffee, I'm in my story doing a hands-free video or doing a boomerang or doing showing a picture of my coffee or whatever. I'm going to show me using the product. I'm going to talk about what I love about the product. And then I'm going to post a couple of these coffee slides that ends in a poll or ends in some kind of interaction that they can interact with, for a couple of reasons. Interaction will actually increase the number of people that your story shows to, but that's also how you're going to know that they're interested. It is totally normal for people to vote on your poll, and then when you message them, they'll be like, I didn't mean to. 100% normal, absolutely normal. So just let it roll off your back. It's part of it, not a big deal, totally fine. But them voting actually does help you out anyways. It boosts your algorithm. So there is that page. Make sure you follow. If you are brand new, there's also a page called 21st Days of Post Ideas, which has essentially a product post and an opportunity post for your first 20 days. Again, like Jess said, the more that you can bring out you and you use your pictures and people see your face, that truly help, but it is there to kind of help you get the framework for the first couple weeks of posting. Okay, Kara, talk to me a little bit about like how everything works together that's on our daily task list. So if you leave out 1 or 2 or 3 of the tasks that you just don't really like doing, are you gonna get the same results as if you're doing all of the things?
Absolutely not. So what's funny is like I have had so many people like in my inbox, and they're like, how are you getting these enrollments? Like, what are you doing? And my answer is just like, I'm just doing the things. Like I don't even know. Like I'm just doing the task list. Like I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do every single day. And it does take all of them to see like the success that you're going to want to see in this business. So if you're wanting to be enrolling a lot of customers and signing distributors and doing all of those things, then you can't leave out even one thing on the task list. Now, I have been in this business for 2 years, and like Trista had said, over this last year, there just has been a transition, but it's because I made like this shift, and I was just like, okay, like I'm done, like, you know, like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, kind of like Jess said, like I'm done with that. And like I'm just gonna make this work. And so like I just started being very, very, very consistent with, you know, the host to post, and then we have this task list now, and it's just a non-negotiable for me. Host to post host to post takes care of a lot of it as far as like adding to your network and all of that. But even posting, like if you're posting, say, you know, once or twice a day, but then you're not doing your host to post, posting is like watering those seeds that you're planting through host to post. So like if you're doing host to post and then you have all these new people coming to your page and you're not posting, so you're doing host posts, and then they're not seeing you using those products or showing up for your business. Like you have to show up in every single way on every single platform that you have in order to see the success that you're going to want to see. Now, I'm not going to say like you're going to have 0 success from, you know, doing 1 or 2 of them, but it's not going to be what you want. You know, like you want to make sure that you're using all of it. I'm looking at the task list now, like self-development, that was like a huge thing for me. I put it off for a really long time. I was just like, I don't need self-development, like I'm fine, it's whatever. But this year I started doing self-development. I started pulling away those layers, and it just like literally changed everything. So even self-development is a big part of it. Posting, talking about your story, putting the samples in, you know, your stories with the coffee, like all of it works together, and you have to do all of them every single day and just show up and be super, super, super consistent.
I love that there is literally no secret to this business. It is 100% do this task list every single day and you will see results. You will get better over time. Let me show you guys really quick. If you are new, I do see some questions over here, like what is host to post? I will put a host to post training again, like in the comments, because we have 2 minutes and we don't have time to go through all of the things. But I will put a short little training that you can watch. Essentially, host to post is just when you have people post on their wall for you. So it allows you to get into other people's network. It allows you to connect with people who are actually interested in what we have. Gone are the days where we have to send random friend requests and just pray to God that people accept it or want what we have. Now we actually, because of Host to Post and because of the way we grow our networks through TikTok, through Reels, through our posts, and through Host to Post, it actually gets people in our network that want what we have. And so it's an awesome, awesome thing. But the tracker, so if you go to Purpose Driven, you go to Files, you can find it there. Or if you go to the training page that you would have been sent probably when you signed up, but it's also always the very first post that pops up in Purpose Driven. If you click on that, the first page is going to be the team page link, a little welcome video, the link to the Goal Digger Influence page. But if you go to What's Next, Trackers, it will be right here. So this is your daily task sheet. And the thing I love that once, like, I know once I get my, like, I can check off, I've done everything, I'm good. I don't feel like I have to be on this all day, every day. I can put my phone down. Mondays and Wednesdays are my busy days. Ellie doesn't have gymnastics on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I knock this sheet out and I'm done. Like, I put my phone down, I spend time with my family. It allows you to not feel like you have to be connected to this all the time. So get really disciplined about just getting your task sheet done and let it be done. God will bless that 100%.
Can I throw this out there?
Yeah.
Trista, I almost said Britt, but oh my gosh, reading your name and saying your name at the same time is hard. Also, can I just like give a little shout out to Kara? Like, she's literally just closed on a house, moving, and she's still bombing us. So like, it's literally takes a little bit of time to get all the tasks done if you're willing to just do it. So it's possible to have a crazy life, and she has 3 kids, and so like, she's killing it and still living the hectic lifestyle on the outside.
100%. I cannot wait to come over, Canada,
Yes,
and
I
see
am.
your house.
You guys are all invited.
Can't wait. Cannot wait. All right, you guys. I know I'm going to be posting some stuff in the comments of the post that Britt made. So is Kara. So look there when we're done. And I think that's it. We will hop off, and we nailed it right at 10. All right, friends. Talk to you guys later.